first and second term of the sequence is given, and other terms can be identified by this structure of the formula. Here asked options are: sequence is monotone, limit of the sequence is half, sequence is Cauchy, and limit of the sequence is 2 by 3. These are four options associated this problem, and we have to find which one option is true. Multiple options can be true here. So you can observe easily x1 equal to 0, x2 equal to half, and x3 will be half of x1 plus half of x2. It means half. So first term is 0, then 1, then half. So increment and decrement. So you can easily tell about a monotone sequence. This sequence is not a monotone sequence, because of monotone sequence is either increasing or decreasing. So first we recall some key points related to this problem. Monotone sequence means either increasing or decreasing. Every convergent sequence is bounded. Every bounded and monotone sequence is convergent. Every convergent sequence is Cauchy sequence. Limit of the sequence is unique. Limit of the subsequence of the convergent sequence is same as limit of the sequence. And last point is every subsequence of bounded sequence is bounded. So these are few key points related to this problem. Now try to find out the solution. So first option is already discarded, and check option B and D. If one of them is true, then other will be false. If limit of the sequences exist, it means a sequence is convergent, and if sequence is convergent, then it's Cauchy. So there will be at least two option will be correct if sequence is convergent. Now come to the option C, B, C and D. To check option B, C and D, we can easily find the few terms of the sequence to predict the convergence of the sequence. So x3 will be x2 plus x1 divided by 2, and this one will be 1 plus 0 divided by 2 means half. x4 will be half plus, and x2 half plus 1 divided by 2, and this one will be 3 by 4, and then x5 will be 3 by 4 plus half divided by 2, and this one is equal to 5 by 8. Now x6 you can easily find out. So x6 will be 11 by 16. So these are few terms of the sequence we can easily find out. Now write the sequence in terms of roster form, as we write set in roster. So xn can be 0, the second term is 1, and then half, 3 by 4, 5 by 6, and 11 by 16. These are few elements of the sequence. So you can observe easily, this means increment, plus means increment, and then decrement, negative representing decrement, and then increment, decrement. So we have once increment and then decrement. So you can easily observe here sequence is not monotone. But we can easily find two subsequence or two complementary subsequence. One is increasing and other is decreasing. So try to find out the increasing and decreasing subsequence of this sequence. So x1 is less than x3 less than x5, and so on. So it is increasing sequence, and terms of the sequence you can easily 0 less than half less than 5 by 8 less than, and so on. And the second complementary subsequence will be x2 is greater than x4 greater than x6, and terms of this sequence are 1 3 by 4 greater than 11 by 16. These are few terms of the sequence. and this is decreasing sequence. So you can easily observe there are two complementary subsequence which are bounded and monotone. So bounded and monotone, it means sequence is convergent. If sequence is convergent, it means sequence is Cauchy. So option C is correct. Now come to option B and D. Because of sequence is convergent, so limit of this sequence will exist, and we know that limit of the sequence is a unique number. So try to find out the limit. As I can write x3 equal to half of x2 plus half of x1, x4 will be half of x2 plus half of x3, and similarly x5 can be written as half of x3 plus half of x4. And doing this, we can write xn equal to half of xn minus 2 plus half of xn minus 1. Now add all these, so it will be x3 plus x4 plus and so on up to xn, and in the right hand side half of x1. Now observe this as I making round, half of x2 plus half of x2 make x2. Similarly, you can easily see as in red color, half of x3 and half of x3 make complete x3, and similarly other terms. So left terms will be half of xn minus 1, and before this it will be complete term half of, sorry, xn minus 2. So these are few terms of the sequence, and you can easily observe the pattern. So to make this last term half of xn minus 1, I make it complete xn minus 1. So I added half of xn minus 1 in the right hand side and half of xn minus 1 in the left hand side. So left hand side, complete left hand side will be x3 plus x4 plus and so on up to xn plus, and left hand side half of x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on. So you can easily observe half of xn minus 1 up to xn minus 1, and in this side you can easily x3 to xn minus 1, xn minus 1. These terms will cancel out, and remaining term will be xn plus half of xn minus 1, and in the right hand side half of x1 plus x2. As sequence is convergent, so limit of the sequence, suppose L, or limit of the sequence is tending to a point real number L. So limit of xn is L plus half of L equal to x1 is 0 plus x2 is 1. This implying that 3 by 2 L equal to 1, and this implying that L equal to 2 by 3. So limit of the sequence is 2 by 3, means option D is correct. So correct option is C and D.